to check, make sure we're good here. All you.
Hi class. I want to take a few minutes to explain the production possibility curve because that's the first model that we have in economics. It's a model that really helps us explain the concept of scarcity and trade-off. And I know students are usually a little hesitant when we start building models, especially if they're a little bit quantitative. So I wanted to put this out as a video so that you could go back to it. So let's start really simply with a number line to make sure we can start on the same page. I'm probably going to insult your intelligence here, but you probably remember back in second grade in Kansas, it was probably fourth grade in Missouri, you learned about a number line that went from 0 to some huge number, which was infinity. And back in second grade, that was probably about 20 for me. It's as far as I could count. So on this number line, if I asked you to mark where number 1 was at, you would say, well, 1 is right there, and 2 would be right there, and 3 would be right there, and 2.5 is halfway between 2 and 3. That's pretty simple, is it not? All right, let's take that number line and help explain trade-offs, and let's say our economy can only produce one good. Let's use our imagination like we're playing video games. And we're only going to produce one good, and let's call that one good pizza. Now, if I asked you, the United States of America, if all of our resources, if all of our land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurs, remember this from the first chapter, if all of these had achieved full production and full efficiency, they were working as hard as they could, and I asked you if all of us, every single resource was producing nothing but pizzas this year, how many pizzas could we potentially produce? Not eat now, but how many could we produce? How many could we make? It would be an awful lot, correct? Some of you might guess, well, gosh, it's going to be infinity, but no, it can't be infinity. But you're kind of getting where I want you to be. A huge economy with all of our resources, the biggest in the world we're going to learn, could probably produce a lot of pizzas. We would mark ourselves on the number line right there. Okay? Now, if I said to you, how about the economy of Cuba? If it did all of its resources, use full production, full efficiency, achieve them, how many pizzas could Cuba produce? And I think all of us would realize, well, Cuba's got a lot less land, a lot less labor, a lot less capital. They're not going to be able to produce as much as the U.S., so they would be somewhere left of the U.S., maybe over here, maybe even further back, but you get the point. The bigger the economy, the more land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurs that we have, the more we can produce. Now, to achieve this point right here, which is our maximum, we've had to achieve full efficiency and full production. Full efficiency means we're using the latest technology available. We're using the latest methodology to produce. I'm probably not using the latest methodology to produce when I'm using a whiteboard in class. So I'm like the Amish. I would help our nation not achieve the maximum. It's okay to not achieve full production and full efficiency, but realize it means that we have less pizzas. Now, where we're going to pick up with the next presentation is we don't want an economy that only produces one good, so we're going to double how many brain cells it took to learn this, so we're going to need 2 brain cells, and we're going to come back and we're going to bring a second good in here, and we'll see this trade-off, and we can do that with a simple 2-dimensional model instead of using a lot of calculus to have a sphere with unlimited axis for every good that the economy produces. We'll still get the main point that with scarcity, society faces trade-offs. We have to give up something to gain something else. Thanks. Looking forward to seeing you right back here. Take care, guys.